Hello everybody. If you're someone who loves to have a gazillion tabs open on your Chrome browser, then this is the tip for you. Chrome now has a feature where you can group your tabs. So how do you group your tabs? If I have my Chrome browser open like so, I go up to the existing tab, I'm going to right click on my mouse and I'm going to say add tab to new group. I get this little box to name it, so I give it a name, I choose a color, and then I'm done. You have two options now. I can add a new tab using the New Tab Plus button, and that'll create a tab that's not inside my Demo 1 group, or I can create a new tab inside my existing group. So I would select or just hover over this current tab that's highlighted in blue. I'm going to right click and add tab to the right. It will add another tab in my group. If I click on New Tab, I can create another group. Add tab to group. Now that there's an existing group, you'll get a slightly different choice in your menu. I'm going to say new group. I'm going to give it a name. I'm going to select a color, and now I have two groups going. So now that I have two groups, I can go over here to my first tab and I can click it and it hides all those open tabs. So then I can go through here and I can open up multiple tabs again. I can create multiple groups, as you see, giving them all different colors, more tabs, and I can hide those tabs as I open it. You'll always have the one set of tabs will always be open. So that's a great way to organize your Chrome browser if you like to have a gazillion tabs open. The second part of today's Tuesday Tech Tip is about Google Classroom. The Google Classroom app for Android, iPhone, and for iPad has what is called a student selector. A student selector is a way to randomly choose students to answer a question, join a group, or do a project. So to access the student selector, you open up the Google Classroom app. So when you arrive in the Google Classroom app, you are going to go to People, and you're going to select this little icon up here on the top right, and you arrive at the student selector. What the student selector will do is it will allow you to select a student, or you can select to call on them later, or you can mark them as absent. The point of it is it shows you in one particular session who you've picked, who's not there, and who you'll call on later. So this particular example, of course, there are only 2 students in my class, but I'm going to start. So the first student that comes up is GWA Singapore Media. I'm going to call on them later. The next student is Test Patrick. I'm going to assume I'm going to call on Test Patrick. And then I'm going to say next. It reminds me that I have not called on GWA Singapore Media, so I will call on them. And then I'm going to say next. Now my session is over. I've picked all the students. As you can see over on the left, there is a menu of who has been picked, who has not been picked, and who is absent. If I want details of that, I can select it and it gives me the data right there. So there you go, the student selector on the Google Classroom app.